This video is brought to you with censorship because YouTube. Thanks to online communities like Reddit's The Red Pill and influence from various Pickup Art 2.0 communities, the Red Pill has become diluted. Red Pill philosophy is now only different to the Blue Pill in that Red Pill teachings acknowledge that men are not told the correct way to attract women. Most Red Pill communities increasingly believe that a man can become more attractive to women without increasing his looks by learning game and being alpha. So from now on, we are black pilled.
If it's yes, then you sing all like that. We can freak in the Jeep playing.
Scientific American published an article, "You Are Less Beautiful Than You Think." It referred to studies performed by Epley of the University of Chicago and Whitchurch of the University of Virginia, and found that we see ourselves as better looking than we actually are. The researchers took pictures of study participants and, using a computerized procedure, produced more attractive and less attractive versions of those pictures. Participants were told that they would be presented with a series of images, including their original picture and images modified from that picture. They were then asked to identify the unmodified picture. They tended to select an attractively enhanced one. Men tend to think of their rejections with the coping mentality, you win some, you lose some, rather than the black-pilled, she didn't like my face. Years ago, I created a fake dating profile using a good-looking male model who I named Carl. It proved how much looks matter to women. One woman who Carl spoke to specifically stated that she wasn't interested in offers of Netflix and chill, a euphemism for sex. But Carl said, "Yes, I agree. Netflix and chill is absurd. Do you want to just watch The Simpsons and bone?"
Haha, you
You know it made you laugh. And curious. Nice to meet you.
Same. Any fun things planned for Easter?
Visiting family on the Friday, I guess. I haven't seen my little cousins in years. I'll get to relive my second childhood with them and play stuck in the mud, football, kiss chase, etc.
Kiss chase.
Haha, sounds like proper fun.
It is. My cousins love it. It's not weird at all. Notice the good-looking halo effect? The Simpsons and Bone line was seen as humorous rather than creepy. Kiss chase with children was seen as innocent. And another woman.
Hi.
Hi, what made you message me?
Morning. 'Cause I think you're good looking and seem interesting too.
She means that his looks seem interesting. Chell dropped a huge black pill bomb on Carl. How many messages from guys do you have in your inbox right now? And what is stopping you from dating each one?
678 guys ATM. They are not for me. Either looks, personality or their intentions are creepy. I'm looking for a specific human.
678? Just lol. How did you even notice my message?
You're beautiful.
My international male model, whose looks are his career, can't compete with the sexual market value of an everyday woman. Have things changed since the original experiments carried out on Plenty of Fish? Tinder is now the most widely used dating app. It's no coincidence that women have gravitated to an app that prioritizes looks over personality. So it's one worthy of consideration. I created a new dating profile on Tinder using pictures of a new male model who I named Richard. Those who believe that the male-female dynamic on Tinder is different to meeting and approaching women in real life ignore the fact that Tinder is the leading dating app. The more women who use it, the less reliant women are upon traditional forms of meeting where a man can show off his personality. Tinder has changed online and offline dating. An average-looking, or especially a below-average-looking man who wants to approach a woman in real life can't compete with the celebrityhood of today's women who have access to good-looking, high-status men from social media and online dating. Richard spoke to Pri. "I'm pretty sure you're named after a car that no one buys. Kiss."
You mean pre-us?
Yes, I was kidding anyway. Just wanted to see if you could handle my horrible personality. Stick out tongue.
Well, thank God you're pretty, lol.
Now there was a reason why Richard's corny joke with pre didn't kill the mood. Can you guess what it is? Compare your effort to results ratio with Richard's. Here's Ang.
Hey.
Poor opener, start again, haha.
Ha ha, that was a good initial step. Ha, I'm shy. Where are you?
Don't be shy, I'm not that much of a jerk. Location, you?
Promise. You nearby. Wanna meet? Forward but hey.
Hi, sure, what's your number?
0754.
I'm not far from there. Cool, I just gotta go to the shop while I leave my phone at home to charge. 42% is not enough. Then I'll come back and grab it. Hi, I just got back. Is it still worth me coming?
Yes.
Okay, I'll throw on a decent shirt. Why did you want to meet me right away, out of curiosity?
Hey, I'm just with my friends. At location. Wanna come here?
How late is it open? I don't want to get there for it to shut 10 minutes later.
How far away are you? We can go somewhere else. Maybe call now. Just so I feel okay. Come to location. I'll meet you here. I'm just inside with my friends. Kiss, kiss, hum. Call me. I need your number. Let me know. Okay, call me. Please, call me.
The looks maxing advice that women get is useful and red-pilled/black-pilled because society has long accepted that men are attracted by looks. Women benefit from this societal acceptance. How so? There exists whole industries for women, such as fashion and makeup, to cover up facial flaws, overemphasize attractive facial features, or even give the appearance of attractive facial features. Studies show that face, rather than the body, is the greatest predictor of what the opposite sex finds attractive, but men factor the body in far more than women do when it comes to mate choosing. Men's belief of how much a man's body matters to women is projection because of how much women's bodies matter to men. Women can easier make up for a lack of facial attractiveness in the body. Look at these three women. Facially, from left to right, we can see that curves, a good hip-to-waist ratio, and even silicone can make up for a hamsterish face, a rat-like resting face, and a drag queen's face. These women are still high sexual market value because of their assets below the neck. A man seeking the truth about how to become more appealing to women is unlikely to find it. Why? Because the truth, that a man must improve his looks, would infer that women are as given to physical attractiveness markers, thus their primitive nature, as men are with respect to women. And any belief that women are not as wholesome, nurturing, and highly evolved as we want to believe is too uncomfortable for most. So the truth is suppressed. Men are constantly told that their personality, confidence, and game are the problem, that it's their fault. The top-rated definition for an involuntarily celibate or incel on Urban Dictionary is a male with a horrible personality who thinks his lack of sex life comes from being ugly. Any man looking for advice on how to become more attractive to women is usually told to improve everything but his looks. Men's Health's top 20 traits that women want in a man mentioned looks in passing, but focused on traits such as confidence, passion, and generosity. The Independent advised men to practice mindfulness to become more attractive. Mantelligence highlighted the importance of kindness and empathy, good listening skills, and a sense of style. Oh, and bad body odor is a huge turnoff. As many articles do, it also suggested that men unlucky in love must not be hygienic. If you can't get a girlfriend, have you tried showering, bro? And here I was thinking rubbing dog shit on my face and growing out my fingernails would make women swoon.
Stop making this about your looks. It's not your looks. Looks only take you so far. Seriously, you ever wonder why people who are unconventionally pretty end up with conventionally pretty people? Because they contribute wonderful things to society. And humans who are intellectual, they value that over physical attributes.
I I'm sure this next woman, Frey, valued Richard's kindness and empathy over his physical attributes. Vaginal.
Is that your favorite word? It's definitely an interesting choice for a conversation starter.
It was on my mind when I saw your pics. You're beautiful.
Well, you really know how to charm a girl. However, I'm not sure you seeing my pictures and thinking vaginal is a compliment.
Why is it not?
Roll my eyes.
Lol, I'm at the gym at the moment, but we should def talk later.
Okay. That's one long gym session you've been on there, Richard.
I just this second got home. I'm cooking some stir fry quickly, then I'll speak to you on WhatsApp. Oh, that's right, you haven't given me your number yet.
Haha, very smooth. Not new to this game, are you? 0745.
If you're an expert on and have experience with steroids, can provide pictures of before-after transformations, including your own from below the neck, and are able to speak comfortably on the subject, get in contact now. Your race or phenotype, and more specifically your admixture, determines the likely range of traits that your genes can express, and in turn, which physical traits you will likely have. That is, what you might look like. There seems to be a lot of variation between what a below average to average looking man of each race might look like. At lower looks levels, particular traits seem to be more specific to particular phenotypes. For instance, dependent on admixture, a black man is likelier to have lips thicker than what is generally seen as attractive. An Asian is likelier to have mild ptosis or drooping of the upper eyelid. Imperfections in Caucasian skin, such as rosacea, cause more of a noticeable contrast. Conversely, the better looking a man is, the more his features tend to transcend the boundaries of his race. It's almost as if good-looking men are their own race.
Donc c'est plus facile de transformer un blanc en noir qu'un noir en blanc. Les visages de black, effectivement, bon, les nez sont quand même un peu plus épatés, les ailes de nez, également le profil des nez sont beaucoup plus rentrés, les lèvres plus charnues, parfois les pommettes. Malheureusement, en maquillage, on a des limites.
Physical traits more commonly associated with whites, or at least with Caucasians, are generally seen as the most attractive. Not just by whites themselves, but by other races too.
Oh mon Dieu, c'est pas possible. Oh. J'hallucine.
Your sex appeal to the masses, be they black, white or Asian, is somewhat dependent upon how Western you look.
Attends.
Oh là là!
Mais c'est pas croyable.
Is it me, or do the women in this family have massive hands?
Oh ma fille.
C'est belle.
Oh, t'es belle, ma
c'est
fille.
très belle.
T'es très belle.
Although the makeup used in this experiment is not perfect, it shows us how the exact same person's sexual market and social value can be raised or lowered just by having whiter or less white features, respectively. Compared to the black to white transformations, this family's sexual market and social value plummet when being transformed from white to black, almost literally a black pill for non-whites. The average white man has more sexual market value than the average black or Asian. The paper, Gendered Racial Exclusion Among White Internet Daters, explored the racial dating preferences among the majority demographic in the West, white men and women, so the impact is far-reaching. Many shocking black pills were revealed. Any green bar shows the rate of inclusion or preference. Any red bar shows the rate of exclusion or dislike. Of the 59% of white men and 72% of white women who stated a racial preference, 29% of white men prefer to date whites only, whereas a devastating, bedridden making 64% of white women prefer to date whites only. Over 90% of white women prefer not to date Indians, Middle Easterners, Asians, and blacks. That is, according to this survey, the majority of women in a Western nation like the United States, and probably also in other Western nations like the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Australia, I repeat, a sizable majority of women in the West probably don't want to date you if you are Indian, Middle Eastern, Asian, or black. Are women more agreeable than men? The women's results in this study especially may be understated. Why? For one, women, even in anonymity, care far more than men that they are perceived in a positive light. They are less likely to express controversial viewpoints that could spell some unknown comeuppance which they can't defend themselves against. Remember, we're talking about biological hardwiring here. 2. Women, more than men, feel better about themselves when expressing their capacity to be benevolent, so their answers are far more likely to reflect an idealistic, theoretical openness to interracial dating, even if they would never actually do it in practice. The virtue signaling gender. White men prefer not to date only one group at levels above 90%, black women. Latinos and Latinas are the most included non-white racial group for both white men and women. Still, 77% of white women with stated racial preferences prefer not to date Latinos. However, only 48% of white men exclude Latinas. The study also found that among the 59% of white men and 72% of white women who stated a racial preference, 1.25% of white men wanted only Asian women, whereas only 0.13% of white women wanted only Asian men. 0.37% of white men wanted black women only. However, 1.46% of white women wanted black men only, a niche that we'll discuss in an upcoming episode. The preferences of those who use online dating do not represent society as a whole, but they aren't completely out of step with the preferences of those who date offline. E.g., many white women who want to date black men may be less likely to use online dating to find black male partners. They're more likely to socialize in places that give them greater access to black men. The largest demographic of women in the West, white women, would prefer to date within their race. White women's own race preference often comes ahead of good looks. In rare outlying cases where a white woman is dating below her looks level, her partner is usually white. Relationships in which a white woman prioritized her own race preference ahead of good looks may not be successful, however. BBC News. Can couples be intimate without having sex? We're in love but never have sex. This may sound as if all is fair. If most white women want white men, surely most black, Latina, Asian, and Indian women want black, Latino, Asian, and Indian men respectively, right? Nope. OkCupid data showed that white men get the most response from women of all racial backgrounds. Note that Asian women respond to Asian men, 22% response rate, less than they do to white men, 29%. Not only do most studies show that Asian women prefer even unattractive white men to their own men, but Asian women themselves admit it. Would you rather have a 6 out of 10 white boyfriend or 8 out of 10 Asian? Be honest.
6 out of 10. Anything but Asian. How are you on Tinder with a face like yours? Haha.
Would you rather have a 6 out of 10 white boyfriend or 8 out of 10 Asian?
I'm not into Asians, so white boyfriend it is.
My mom told me I should marry a white guy so I could have cute half Asian, half white babies, lol. That's her life goal for me, lol. My mom told me that I need to marry either a white guy or half Asian, half white so my kids can be cute. Lol, oh god.
I prefer to date Caucasian men.
My preference is for Caucasian white Australian male. And even just the physical value of beauty, even though they don't, my parents would never say, oh, being white is beautiful. It'd be things like, get out of the sun, you're getting darker.
The hatred for darkness and preference for whiteness runs deep in Asian communities especially.
For a lot of Asian people, being dark-skinned is actually associated with working labour class.
So that affects who you're attracted to?
Yes,
yeah?
Because in my youth, I would have interpreted that as, get out of the sun, you're getting darker.
I'm attracted to Caucasian also.
And what are you attracted to about Caucasian men?
They are a good husband, better than a Filipino, I think.
Black pill for Asian men. What she's thinking but not saying is white men are more attractive, masculine, wealthier, taller, and have bigger dicks.
What are the women looking for?
Blue eyes, long hair, strong, tall body.
Asian women's love of white men borders on white supremacy. Literally, this Asian is for white men only. I only suck white Asian men go away. I'm not the cure to your yellow fever. Hashtag I defy stereotypes. I want some big white blow kiss. White is always right. Any white man who can't get a white girlfriend would have better luck with Asian women. Other ethnicities of men don't have this luxury. According to another study, only 5.98% of Asian American women prefer Asian American men, while almost 40% prefer not to date Asian American men, but we'll look at that another time. A below average looking man posted the following on Reddit's Am I Ugly forum. So I've been using dating sites and Tinder, but rarely get any Tinder matches, and I don't really get replies from dating websites. I was wondering if it was just purely because of my looks. So what do y'all think? Being below average looking doesn't cut it anymore, especially for non-white men. There are so many other guys on Tinder with good looks and good personalities to match. This man has no idea what he's trying to compete with. We've looked at how getting to low body fat is the first step in looks maxing. The more unattractive you are facially, the more you need to be low body fat, as the bones in your face are less prominent with respect to the fat held in your face. The next step is going to the gym, which these days, if you are facially unattractive, isn't guaranteed to up your looks, but you won't know your potential unless you try to unlock it. It's not just about working out, but actually getting a gym body. Heed this, be you over or underweight. The aim isn't to look like a powerlifter, but to look lean with muscle definition. Anything above that spells diminishing returns for your physical attractiveness to everyday women, and may even become a turnoff. This is far from a catch-all solution for all men though, because your bodily frame as well as your face matters. In most situations you are not going to be topless. So it's the combination of your face, muscle mass, and frame that will add to your masculinity, not just the muscle mass. Black pill. How quickly a woman becomes at ease with you is determined by your looks.
You look like my cup of tea.
Good, give me your number.
So demanding, ha. Only because you're really hot. 077.
Coming up, more looks maxing. Women continue to black pill us to death with their behavior, and the sex penis black pill.